Huntsville is home to about 200,000+ people who don't go to church anywhere. And we believe, as our name says, the House of Hope and Restoration Church, that God has placed us here in the Tennessee Valley to be hope in the valley to those who have no hope. I was about 9, and I remember receiving a phone call from my dad early on telling me about the opportunity to see him. I did not have a day-to-day relationship with him. That week that I had that conversation with him was the most that I can remember as a young man being connected with my father. It was an expectation to see him. After he told me that he would be there to pick me up, it was excitement.
But before the week was over in York, Jarman Leatherwood received word that the reunion with his dad would never happen.
I received another phone call from my grandmother telling me that my dad had passed, and it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And so some of your most deepest hurts, some of the most deepest pains that you have, can be the very thing that God can use to help you reach other people. When we talk about the name House of Hope, for me, yes, because I personally went through an experience in my own life where I needed God to do some things for me. I needed hope. So there are people who are sitting right in the pews of some of our churches who are hurting, who need to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ, who need hope restored. And so some who God has allowed us to come in contact with were hurt from previous churches. I did have a hurtful church experience myself. Ministry in and of itself, for me at that period, did feel lonely, but God moved as only He can and gave us the extra boost that we need to get back up again.
That's when Jarman felt called to plant the House of Hope and Restoration Church, and eventually connected with the Alabama Baptist State Board of Missions.
The role that the State Board of Missions played in our whole process was huge. And they mentioned to me this journey called the church planting journey. And they took us through the training, equipping us with the necessary tools that we need to be effective as a church planter. I learned things that I didn't learn from other churches that I had been connected to.
The State Board of Missions also provided Jarman with a one-on-one coach to mentor and follow up with training. And when the church was ready to purchase a building, Alabama Baptists provided grants to help. So the church, called House of Hope, finally had its own house.
So for many people who needed a place to call home, a place where they could work and carry out the mission that you believe God had gave us, it came.
I liked how authentic everything seemed to be. It was like it was just real. And then the people that come to the church are the same way. They come as they are. I like the fact that our church is an avenue for people to come to. They know that this is it's a healing place. Because of Jarman's love and support, it just makes me want to keep going.
When they say the word partnership, you realize that you're coming alongside an organization that will partner with you to help carry forth the mission and the vision that you believe that God gave you.